bit here and a little bit there. The ratings will go down a little bit. But the advertisers won't go away, the cowardly advertisers. The cowardly advertisers who are afraid of any controversy whatsoever will not disappear. Thank God I have great advertisers who have courage, and they believe in me. But that's only one point of view. There are others. Someone wrote me this and said, I think it's impolite, unprofessional, and inappropriate to make a comment of any sexual nature to another person in a work setting. If you have interest in someone, ask them to spend time outside of work, and then go from there. If you just make a comment like, you look hot, you're just doing a drive-by, and even if the comment is positive, it's critical, judgmental, and rude. So there are several different ways to see this. It's not just from the man's point of view. And then the email continues and says, just to be clear regarding that last line that I wrote, it comes across when he makes such a comment like you're hot, as if he thinks he is the judge of whether you look good or not. And if you didn't ask, but he told you anyway because his opinion is that important, and you should thank him for his comment of approval, and it should make your day because he's so important. So you see, looking at it from the point of view of a woman, it's patronizing, and the man thinks he's a god. That, oh, he decided she looks hot, so therefore he has a right to do that? It's insulting to a woman to do that. We all know that's true, and it shouldn't be done. But we don't know whether Bill O'Reilly did it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of my show is I don't know what he did. I'm not justifying harassing women at work. And I think we should talk about it from the perspective of due process. And while we are at it, I will again tie it to the biggest story. FBI investigating radical terrorists in all 50 states as threats hit peak. The FBI has opened terrorist investigations in all 50 states, according to DHS Secretary John Kelly. I want to know why they're not preventively detained. I want to know why these Muslims are not dragged and thrown into a holding cell. I said treated well. I didn't say waterboarded. I want them blowing up a mall. I don't want them blowing up a school. I don't want them blowing up a bus. I don't want them running your daughter over with a car because you're so weak-minded as to think that you have to give them due process when you know they came here for one reason only, which is to kill you, you moron. This. The very same liberal lawyers who tell you you can't arrest people without due process, in this case talking about people on watch lists, are saying it's okay to break a guy like Bill O'Reilly without due process. So there's a bigger picture here of due process, you see, and we have to talk about that. You listen to Kelly. General Kelly says that the U.S. terror risk is now worse than 9/11. In clip 06, let's hear that one, please.
The threat to our nation, our American way of life, emphasized and decentralized, and the risk is threatening us today in a way that is worse than we experienced 16 years ago on 9/11.
And that is because order flying in, walking in, shipping in, coming through Mexico, coming through Canada, coming in through airports. Yes, Jay Johnson let this happen. He has metastasized the terror threat. Jay Johnson should be tried for what he did to this country, the former DHS secretary. And so now Trump's people have to clean up the mess. My question is, why are we waiting for these vermin to attack us? What sane nation doesn't act before they hurt you? I don't know how many different ways to explain this to you. Make believe we're at war with Hitler's Germany. Only in this case, we're at war with an entity worse than Hitler's Germany. It's called radical Islam. The reason I say it's worse than Hitler and Hitler's Nazism is because it's steeped in religion, and they use religion as a weapon. They use religion as a Trojan horse to get away with their vile hatred of our way of life. They hate everything that you do, and they're in this country because of Obama's 8 years of inviting them in to diversify America. Don't you